Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So I welcome all of you. Sudarshan Mai Prabhu is there, Namrusi Prabhu is there, Kirtana Mataji is there, Adaroni Mataji, Ram Charan Prabhu. Yes, 5 students. Where is Ramakrishna? Mr. Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna Prabhu from your side? Kirtida Mataji?
No, Prabhuji, he's from Damodar Desh. I'm from Krishna Katha Desh, another country.
Acha, acha. Purushottam Prabhu is from your place?
Yes, Purushottam Prabhu, he's in Krishna Katha Desh, but another congregation.
Acha, acha. Why is not coming?
I don't know, Prabhu. I can ask him. I have his number because after every class, he used to ask me a lot of questions. So I can ask.
Krishna Prabhu is also from Middle East, na? Gopi Jana.
I don't know, Prabhuji. Because the moment they say Yatra, they will not take the real country's name. They will take, for Middle East, they will take a specific name. So we will know they're from Middle East.
Yeah, yeah. Let us चलिए थोड़ा सा. Let us try. Everyone knows Hindi? Mataji, you know Hindi?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sudarshan Prabhu, do you know Hindi? You can understand. Namrich Prabhu, you? No?
No, Prabhu.
Chai, Hindi, Prabhu. Ranchan Prabhu, you know us, no? You know Hindi?
Yes, Prabhu. That's my mother tongue.
Huh?
That's my mother tongue. Like I'm from Delhi, basically.
Oh, acha, mother tongue. Okay. चलिए थोड़ा प्रयास करेंगे कुछ समझने के लिए. Let us try. We'll try to understand something. Okay. I'm really appreciating all of you for coming enthusiastically. Course तो बंद ना होगा. Who wants to come till last? 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 4 are there.
जी आप जो भक्ति वैभव कोर्स शुरू करें ऑन साइट का अगस्त में.
Prabhu, your voice, can you speak loudly?
नहीं, आप ऑन साइट में भक्ति वैभव शुरू कर रहे हैं कोर्स
ऑन साइट में
भक्ति वैभव का कोर्स शुरू कर रहे हैं प्रभु जी आप मॉड्यूल 1.
हाँ कर रहा हूँ प्रभु, लेकिन वो अभी भी डायलेमा में है. अभी इंस्टीट्यूट सोच रहे हैं कि करें या ना करें.
नहीं अगर आप करेंगे तो नहीं, आप ऑन साइट कोर्स है वो
ऑन साइट है.
नहीं अब ऑन साइट तो मान ही सकते, हम ऑन साइट तो मान ही सकते प्रभु, लेकिन कितने ऑनलाइन हो सकते हैं.
अच्छा ऑनलाइन नहीं होगा प्रभु, लेकिन ऑन साइट में बहुत लोग सच में, ऑनलाइन में बहुत लोग चाह रहे हैं. तो अर्चना भक्ति माता जी भी पूछ रहे हैं, तो स्पेसिफिकली हमको भी पढ़ाने के लिए बोल रहे हैं पूरा भागवत. और एक माता जी भी हैं और नामरुचि प्रभु भी हैं और ऐसा 5-6 लोग.
मैं और मेरी वाइफ दोनों ज्वाइन करेंगे अगर आप पूरा भागवत करवाएंगे ऑनलाइन.
या पूरा भागवत पूरा भागवत का है आप सब लोग. या आई विल ट्राई प्रभु नेक्स्ट some other time. So I will take complete one commentary. I will cover actually complete Bhagavad with one commentary. First Vishwanath, next time complete Bhagavad with Sridhar Swami plus Jiv Goswami, because they both have connection. So we can go with these both at one time, and another time is with only Vishwanath. So then it will be very wonderful actually. But who did already Bhakti Vaibhav, those only can attend that, because Prabhupada already they understood. Then further they want to do, then they can come like that. This time our institute, from institute side, we are starting to Bhakti Vaibhav courses. One is Hindi. I will not be teaching there, but Srikesh Prabhu and others they are teaching. And English Bhakti Vaibhav online is there. So that is taught by Sankarshnitaya Prabhu, Prem Sindhu Gaurang Prabhu, and Vrasundar Prabhu. Those 3 are leading that. And on site I want to, but I don't think, because 2 months only na, so we are suspecting that it's difficult to find the students 2 months. I don't know. So that is not still in the dilemma, Ramrich Prabhu. So I think you are expecting. If it is online, is not.
If you do it, like we want to join. If it's online, if it's not online, please consider us giving your recordings, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. I will try. Okay, today we are going to learn. All of you, from the second Adhikarana, my voice is audible. Shall I use my earphones?
It's audible.
Fine, man. Yeah. So all of you learn these Tatpari Lingas. All of you learn Tatpari Lingas. So, and also the application of those. By applying these Tatpari Lingas on Upanishads. So what is the purport of those lingas? What purport they indicate? So they indicate the Dvaitam or Advaitam. For example, we are applying these Tatpari Lingas on this Svetashvara Upanishad at 6 and 7, 4.6 and 4.7. So we concluded that. So Dvaitam. What is the purport of that? After applying those Tatpari Lingas, that is Dvaitam, difference between Jiva and Ishvara. we were seeing that, because why this we are discussing, because in the previous Adhikarana we established Brahman means Ishvara, not the Jiva. We rejected Brahman cannot be Jiva. That means Brahman and Jiva and Ishvara both are not same. Or Brahman cannot be the Jiva. That is only Ishvara only. So that kind of conclusion, so we came to that conclusion in the previous Adhikarana. And after that, examining using Tatparya Lingas also on Shvetashra, we clearly found that the purport is, Tatparya is the difference between the Jiva and Ishvara only. So, next, further we are proceeding in that discussion. And the next class also we discussed one more thing. We can see from the directly from our Vasu's file. I will try to explain from here only, from the English. So this we did, thus applying all these 6 marks to the above passage of the Shvetashra Upanishad, we came to the conclusion that the Shruti in all its parts teaches difference between the Jiva and Brahman. The same maxim may be applied to other texts also. So we applied on the Shvetashra Upanishad. Even if you apply that in another Upanishads, there also you will find the purport is the difference between the Jiva and Brahman only. Now objection is raised. After that, Nanu Falavatyajnate Arthe Shastra Tatparyatvat Tadrusham Advaitam Tasya Gocharaha Vaifalyat Jnatatvacha Dvaitam Na Tad Gocharaha Kintu Anudyamanam Manam Eva Tad Iti Chet Maivam. What Purupakshi is saying here? An objector says that the object of every Shastra is to teach something which is not known. If Shastra means what? It should be teaching something which is not known. Which is not known means what it means. Which is not known by the Pratyaksha and Anumana. Which is not known by the us. So day-to-day life we are knowing this marker is there, this pen. So this pen is known by what? By the eyes. To know this pen, do you need Shastra? In Venugopal's hand at this 8 p.m., 8:23 p.m. So in the what is there? That object is known as a pen, X pen, XP pen. So like that, do you need any Shastra? There should be written there, and then you read that, and then you'll come to know what is there in my hand. Is it needed? No. So, but how you come to know about this pen? It is there in my hand. Why? बोलिए, कोई बोलते रहिए, नहीं तो
Pratyaksh.
वही प्रत्यक्ष. So Pratyaksha and Anumana Pramanas. So using that, you can come to know many objects in this nature. But when you need the scriptures, when things are not known by the Pratyaksha and Anumana Pramanas, then you need scriptures which are unknown. That means which are not known by the Pratyaksha and Anumana. So then those objects you should learn from the Shastra. So what here Purupakshi is saying, an objector says that the object of every Shastra is to teach something which is not known. This is okay, yes? And the knowledge of which leads to some great result. And also, you are knowing about some unknown object from the Shastra, and if there is no use of that, then that kind of studying Shastra, that kind of Shastra, is it useful? It's useless. If that subject matter, whatever it is teaching, that Shastra is teaching, if that is not a useful one, then why we have to learn from that Shastra? No need, na? So that's why what is said, and the knowledge of which leads to some great result. That means whatever knowledge taught by the Shastra, that is leading to a great result. That should be a Phalavati. So that knowledge should contain some result, some value benefit. So these two things are common. Everyone accepts this. It's not only the objector's view, it is everyone's view. Shastra should teach the unknown object, and also that knowledge should be useful. That should lead to a great result. Now, Purupakshi is saying, opponent is saying, therefore, the Shastra teaches the unity of Jiva and Brahman. Why? Unknown object Shastra teaches. What is unknown object? According to the Purupakshi, the oneness between the Jiva and Ishvara. This is the unknown object. We are all seeing the difference. So you are Ishvara. Tell me you are Ishvara. Mataji, you are Ishvara. You are Supreme Lord.
No way. No way.
No way. How can you say? Because you are Supreme Lord, then you will not sit in that room. You will be sitting in somewhere else actually. You will be the Supreme Lord means you will be in your own planet actually. And you will be doing. So that means from the Pratyaksha you are clearly understand you are not Supreme Lord. So is there any need to teach the difference between the Jiva and Ishvara? No. You are practically experiencing. So clearly you are saying you are not Supreme Lord. Ananamraj Prabhu. Yes? Oh, okay, wait, 1 minute. Yeah, charging is. Okay. So that's why Purupakshi, what they are saying. Therefore, the Shastra teaches the unity of Jiva and Brahman. So do you know you and Brahman are same? By your Pratyaksha and Anuman, are you able to know? No. Are you so experiencing directly now? So you are one with the Supreme Lord, Supreme Brahman? No. That means this is unknown to you, na? So that's why oneness between Jiva and Brahman should be the unknown. Difference is known. So that's why Shastra should teach what? Difference or non-difference?
Yeah, the unknown. Difference.
Unknown. That means that is unknown is what?
That means we are different from Ishvara. We are part and parcel of him, that unknown.
That should be taught. No. That is known. You are not Ishvara, you are only accepting. So for that you don't need any scriptures. But you need scriptures for what?
To teach the difference between Jiva and... So they're saying that you don't need Shastras for knowing the difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Which according to us is a wrong precept.
No. They set a rule for you. Shastra should teach unknown thing. So now I am asking, what is unknown? What is known thing? Tell me.
The known is us Jivas.
Huh?
The known is us Jivas. Like we can see
we are Jivas. Okay. Our known thing is we and Brahman is different. This is very much known, na? So you are Ishvara? Tell me.
No.
So how you are saying? Through Shastra you are saying, or just by the experience you are saying?
Through Shastras.
Oh.
Experience, if we
From
don't...
the experience, what you can say? Tell me. From the experience, what you can...
From the experience, we know that there is a superior being, like who's taking like all these...
From the experience, you can say you are different from the Ishvara.
Correct.
If you are Ishvara, then you should be sitting in some other planet. You are not sitting means in another planet, you don't have all powers, you cannot control anyone. So that means it's clearly understandable that you are not Ishvara. That means from your experience, what you are understanding?
Prabhu, like the...
You are not Ishvara.
We are not Ishvara.
Yes or
okay.
no?
Okay, you're
That
trying
means...
to say that Purva Paksha is saying that through Pratyaksha and Anuman, we know that Jiva and Ishvara are separate.
Yeah, Purva Pakshi is saying that by our experience, we can easily know we are different from the Brahman or Ishvara. But from the Shastra, then we should learn. So other than this, that means we are one with the Brahman. So that we should learn. Okay. Aya Mataji, nahi aaya.
Aya, as in I understood their point of view, that they're basing on Anuman and Pratyaksha, and then Shastra, the oneness, the Advaita they're trying to prove.
Yeah. So by the regular experience, you can... They are saying that Purva Pakshi is saying, by regular experience, we all know that we are all different from the Brahman. That's a regular experience only. For that, we don't need any Shastra. So that's why, but for a Shastra need for what? To know that we are non-different from the Brahman. So that's why Advaitam, that means non-difference, is the subject matter of scriptures. Scriptures are teaching the Advaitam, not the difference Dvaitam.
Not the Dvaitam. Okay.
Tell me now, Mataji, tell me.
As I'll repeat like what the Purva Pakshi is trying to say.
Purva Pakshi, what they are saying
that the Phalavati and Agyat, that the whole point of Shastra is to know the object which possesses result or the unknown. They're saying you're saying the difference between Jiva and Brahman, you don't need Shastras for that, because through Pratyaksh and Anuman, you can already conclude that. You don't need Shastras. And so you need Shastras to understand the oneness between Jiva and Brahman. That's what they're trying to say.
Yes. This is a Purva Pakshi stand. But before to this, by using Tatparya Lingas, by applying Tatparya Lingas on Shvetashtra Upanishad, we established so difference between the Jiva and the Ishvara. But Purva Pakshi established no. So non-difference between the Jiva and the Ishvara is the conclusion of these scriptures. Okay, they already attacked on us. So next, what they are saying? Next, they are saying, see the next line. For what was the necessity of teaching that the Jiva and Brahman are two separate beings, when everyone knows it by his ordinary consciousness, and such a knowledge is of no great use? It's clear. This is the objection. No great. Therefore, Advaita or the ideal monoism is the real doctrine taught in this Shastra, and not the theism or Dvaita. Like this, they established. Purva Pakshi is standing on this point. Therefore, the verse that describe the difference between the Jiva and Brahman are merely the assertion of well-known popular fact and not a teaching of something rare and unknown. So finally, what they are saying, the difference between the Jiva and Brahman are merely the reassertion. That means Anuvada Matram. That means known thing only, it is written there. Sometimes you may see the difference between the Jiva and Ishvara, like Da Suparna Sayuda Sakana Kamana Vriksham Parishvajate. There you are seeing the difference. So they are saying, "अरे बाबू, अरे क्या कर रहे हैं आप? What you are doing?" So Sweta, you took Sweta Shrimrishit and you applied those Tatpara Lingas, and actually that Dvaitam, whatever you are hearing, that is simply what? That is known thing only. Shastra is repeating there. Why you are wasting your time? Your conclusion is wrong actually. Your Tatpara Lingas, whatever you derived is wrong. Ultimately, Advaitam is only the conclusion. Advaitam is only the conclusion. You got it? So now you have to answer. Purvapakshi is standing very strongly. They see how tactfully they are saying. You said that in the Shastra, Tatpara Lingas I applied on Shastra and I found Dvaitam. Then they are saying that that Dvaitam is what? That is already known one only. In the Shastra, it is repeated as reassertion. That means Anuvada Matra. वो अपना पास रख लो. You accept Advaitam. Advaitam is the teachings. Advaitam is the really doctrine taught by Shastras, not the Dvaitam.
Prabhuji, where is Anuvad Matra in that shloka?
Is there na Mataji in the text? Kintu anudyamanameva, sir. Anuvada matramena anudyamanameva or anuvada matrameva, both are same meaning. Can you see this in the Mula?
Yeah, I'm seeing that one.
Anudyamanameva. That means first line we finished in that. Nanu phalatva gnate arthe shastra tatparyat tadrusham advaitam tasya gocharaha vaifalyatvat gnātatvat cha dvaitam na tad gocharaha. So, and also they are saying why dvaitam cannot be that conclusion. So vaifalyatvat and gnātatvat. Dvaitam is known to everyone, and also Vaifalyat means they don't have any phala. Vigataha phalam.
Prabhuji, here actually, it is written Vaifalyaj.
No, Vaifalyatcha. So Shastra's doctrine can be what? Which should be unknown and also should be having the result. Which leads to the result. Highest result. This can be the doctrine of the Shastra. Doctrine taught by the Shastra. But Dvaitam, is it leading to any great result? No. By Dvaitam, what is getting you are? You are getting pain. Sukha, dukkha, raga, dvesha, bhaya, krodha. So bhaya, abhaya. Because of all these, so win and loss. Because of this Dvaitam, and also you and your friend fighting, and you and your country and others, neighbors, enemies fighting. If you make everything one, there is no fighting in this whole universe. Yes or no? Russia and Ukraine, because they have Dvaitam, two different countries, and because of Dvaitam only, there is a fighting. So that's why Dvaitam is not leading to any good result. In the experience, Dvaitam is leading to what? Is leading to we are experiencing in our day-to-day life. Dvaitam is leading to pain, and also Dvaitam is known. So that's why, because of these two reasons, Dvaitam cannot be the doctrine taught by Shastras. That should be the Advaitam only, like this Purvapakshi is saying. So जिसका बुद्धि है उसका काम बस चलता रहता है राज. Few years Shankaracharya ruled the whole country. Then after that, another Acharya came and he ruled Dvaitam. So like this, so ruling will be happening. Now you should not get confusion. Prabhu, after that, once again Advaiti come and he will establish. So then what is the conclusion? Prabhu, Dvaitam or Advaitam? Don't get confused. So Dvaitam only is the conclusion. We are also going to establish. Don't worry. may get full doubt. Ramakrishna Prabhu, where are you? Ramakrishna Das Kashyap.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Why you are not giving your darshan?
I was worshipping Advaita. And
Oh, so you are doing some service. Okay, no problem.
Hare Krishna.
So how do answer this? Such a big problem they brought in front of us. Whatever we said, we established in the Shvetashvara, they for that also they are saying it is just a reassertion. Whatever we are feeling in the day-to-day life, you are reasserting that. Okay, now answer. To this objection, we say that there is no force in this argument. Maivam, no force means here in the Sanskrit, what is there? So iti chet maivam, that means we are rejecting the opponent's view. Whatever you said, that is not so logical. That's not having any so strong base. Maivam, that means your objection is ruled out. So now we should do further. That means we should give further reasons for that. So that there is no force in the argument. For there are other verses also in the Upanishads which show the same duality or difference between Jiva and Brahman. Thus, in Shvetashvara Upanishad, we are trying to present the one more sloka to establish Dvaitam. From this Shvetashvara Upanishad, another place. Sarvajive sarvasamste brahmate tasmin hamso brahmyate brahmachakre pradagatmanam preritaram cha matva justastada tenamrutatvam eti. See, in this we are giving one more reference to establish Dvaitam. What we are saying? Pratak atmanam preritaram cha matva. That means we should accept, in the English you said, when he sees himself as different from the Lord of the world, then he is blessed by him. Then he gets immortality. When you see yourself as different, Atmanam, from the Preritaram. Preritaram means the Paramatma inspires. That's the Preritaram means Ishvara. So we should see the difference between ourselves with the Preritaram. Then what will happen? So Matva, just if you worship the absolute truth as a different object which gives the prerana, which inspires. So as such a different object, if you see so yourself from that absolute truth, then what will happen? Matva justa tata, by that, if you see the difference between that and yourself, and if you worship that, when he sees himself as different from the Lord of the world, and then he is blessed. So matva justa tata tena amrutatvam. So then after that, what will happen? He is blessed by him. Then that absolute truth will bestow, and we will be getting amrutatvam, immortality. Like this, here in this main point is, whoever is seeing the difference between himself and the Supreme Lord, Supreme Truth, then only one is getting the amrutatvam, not by seeing the oneness. So this we established our point through the Shvetashvara Upanishad. So by this is sufficient. Purvapakshi is properly answered? No. Let us go and do the further exercise. Moreover, Kimcha, you can see in our text also. Pruthak atmanam pereritaram cha matva justastatastena amrutatvameti ityadina sweta shrataraihi tatra phalasyoktehi viruddha dharma vachinna pratiyogikataya loke tasya agnatatvacha. Lekin still Purvapakshi will not be happy. Purvapakshi's main point is what? Are Dvaitam is cause for the problem, not for the solution. It cannot be solution actually. And Shastra is teaching the unknown thing, but Dvaitam is known thing. So how can you say Dvaitam can be the subject matter dealt by the scriptures? So this point still it is there. It's still unanswered. So that's why you see next line. Moreover, the whole world knows generically that man is different from God. So you say everyone knows. Yet it doesn't know that man and God are differentiated from each other by having the contrary attributes. We know, yes, we know that by our experience, by our general understanding, we are different from the Ishvara. So, but we are not knowing so how we are different. We are not knowing that. So why this difference is there? What are the qualities? That means contrary. That means here in the sloka, viruddha dharma vachinna pratiyogikataya. That means Ishvara and Jiva both are having the different qualities. In this way, we don't know by our experience. For that, we need Shastra. So that means we know simply different. I am not Ishvara, that much I can know. Why I am, how this difference is there? How means, in what way you can say there is difference? So what he is having and what I am having. So that is specifically knowing that difference is not possible by just general knowledge, by general understanding. For that we need Shastra. See, this is the way all the time our Vaishnavism goes. Advaitins always put finger on us, and we always say that, yes. And also, Lord is having the so many attributes, hundreds and thousands of attributes. First of all, we should know what are those attributes, and also we should know those attributes are not with us, and that's why there is a difference between us and Ishvara. So that's who will teach all this. Experience will teach? No experience will teach. Only Shastra will teach. Next. Yet it doesn't know that man and God are differentiated from each other by having contrary attributes. So example is given here. One is almighty, the other is of limited capacity. One being all-pervading, the other is atomic. One being controller, the other is controlled. All these we read in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, in other books. That's why we are able to know. Not by our general understanding. No. And few, nor does this world know. That means we all these people, nor does this world know by mere common sense, unillumined by revelation, that Jiva and Brahman, though possessing these diametrically opposite attributes, yet have a certain correlation to each other. Even, yes, we are answering them also, and we are also putting our point. Yeah, beta, sahi, yes, you are telling right. Yes. We don't know the similarity also. Some correlation is there between Jiva and Brahman. So that's why Advaitam is also unknown. Dvaitam is also unknown. So we are not saying one thing. Only Dvaitam is unknown. Dvaitam is unknown means the exact difference, how it came. So that we are not knowing by common sense. That we should know by this Shastra only. And we are saying another further one step. Even the whole world by common sense cannot know the similarity also, correlation between Jiva and Brahman also. Similarity also is there or not? Jivatma is also Chit. Brahman is also Chit. Jivatma is also Gnanamayam. Brahman is also Gnanamayam. Jivatma is also Anandamayam. Brahman is also Anandamayam. So this similarity, by also this similarity, we cannot know this similarity by common sense. For this also we need Shastra. So that means we are accepting their point. Yes, Advaitam is unknown thing that should be known. Yes, we accept. And also should we are asked, telling to the Purapakshi, you should also understand that. So Dvaitam is also unknown. Achintya Veda Veda. Veda is also there, Abheda is also there. That's why our philosophy is more strong. So Madhvaites, they will accept only Dvaitam. Only Dvaitam. So, but Achintya Bheda Veda is the most powerful philosophy actually. So that all Upanishad statements you can nicely justify. There is kisi ka gala dabane koi zarurat nahi. That means gala dabana means not taking the main meaning of that Upanishad statement, twisting and taking. Gala dabana mane usko mod diye aap. Secondary meaning, giving the secondary meaning. So that is not necessary actually. Okay. Therefore, arises the necessity of teaching Dvaita. While Advaita is something inconceivable, even according to its expounders, and is not a true doctrine.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you know that example of, yes, Jiva and Brahma are diametrically opposite attributes, yet have a certain correlation to each other.
Yeah.
In this Moola verse, where is that part?
Acha, Moola, okay. So in the Moola, Viruddhadhar. In the brackets, whatever is there, that is extra, he told. Okay.
Okay.
In brackets, that's why he kept in brackets. In the Moola, it is there. This much is there. Yet it doesn't know that man and God are differentiated from each other by having contrary attributes. For this Sanskrit is Viruddha Dharma Vachinna Pratiyogikataya Loke. Loke means people. That it doesn't know that man means Loke. Tasya Agnatatvat. That means, so that means it doesn't know that man and God are differentiated by each other by having contrary. It doesn't know means, it means here, so world doesn't know, world doesn't know that man and God are differentiated from each other by having contrary attributes. Okay. It means world, WORLD. In that first line it is there, na? Moreover, the whole world knows generically that man is different from God. Yet it doesn't know means world doesn't know that man and God are differentiated from each other by having contrary attributes. So what are those contrary attributes? It is not there in Moola, but he said himself. One is almighty, the other is of limited capacity, and one is all pervading, the other is atomic. and one being controller, the other is controlled. And he is also extra only. This is also, nor does this world know by mere common sense, unilluminated by revelation, that the Jiva and Brahman, though possessing these diametrically opposite attributes, yet have a certain correlation to each other. This is not there. Actually, in the Moola here, in the Moola, that means we are accepting some portion of Advaita philosophy of Advaita point that is not there. Directly in the Moola, it is attacked actually. Because generally, when you do argument, you should not accept many times. We don't accept even some little truth is there in the Purva Pakshis. It cannot be accepted. We don't accept that. So discussion will not be so strong actually. So even we cannot accept also Advaitam. Of course, it is there, definitely. Advaitam is there. That we may not accept also. But main point is, so little Advaitam, that means some correlation is there. That is not the main thing. Main point is what we want to establish. The Advaitam, the exact difference between the Jiva and Brahman is the really a subject matter. So that's why we should to protect and keep our stand more strong. So we are accepting only, we are rejecting Advaitam and accepting Dvaitam only. Okay, go like that.
Prabhuji, sorry, one more thing. Those three parts that you read in the bracket. So I got the all-pervading is like Vibhu atomic Anu, controller and controlled Isha and Anisha, which you taught in the previous Shvetashvatara 4.7. Almighty in limited capacity. What is that in Sanskrit?
Where, Mataji?
The one in the bracket.
One is Almighty. Yeah. This one?
Yeah.
One is Almighty. The Almighty means Supreme Lord.
Supreme, okay. Okay.
The one is Almighty and means Supreme. And the other is of limited capacity. Almighty means, one is Almighty means, so Brahman is Almighty and the Jiva is limited in capacity. Like that. So therefore, if you leave the matter which is there in the brackets, so therefore arises the necessity of teaching Dvaita. Yes, we established that, we are saying that, so whole world knows, generally the man is different from the God, but the contradictory qualities which cause for the difference between the Jiva and Brahman, those are unknown. So that's why Dvaitam is only the doctrine taught by scriptures. Therefore arises the necessity of teaching Dvaita. While Advaita is something, and we are saying about Advaita. So Siddhanta is saying about Advaita. Siddhanta is saying Advaita. This is what this Advaita is. Tu afalam asvikarat agnatam cha sashashrungavatu asatvat. This many points are said in the Sanskrit. Advaitum tu afalam. Advaitam is afalam. That means it is not a result. So while Advaita is something inconceivable, even according to its expounders, and so is not a true doctrine. It is a non-entity like a horn of bear. What we are saying, this is afalam asvikarat asvikarat. Advaitam afalam asvikarat agnatam cha. While Advaita is something inconceivable even according to its expounders, and so is not a true doctrine. True doctrine means here Shashashrungavat Asatvat. Shashashrungavat Asatvat means this Advaitam doctrine. Advaitam is not having any existence. Like you see, Khargosh ka sing, Khargosh mane rabbit, rabbit ka horns. आप लोग देखे rabbit का horns? नहीं. There are no horns for rabbit. That is that object. Akash Pushpa, flower in the sky. Also we didn't see. Those are all what? Kalpita. They are not having real existence. Similarly, here, what we are saying, Advaitam is like rabbit horns. It is only imagination. You may in the dream you can see. In dream, did you see horns of the rabbit? Yes. We can imagine. But in the reality, you don't see. So that's why Advaitam is like that. It is like only the Advaitam is something inconceivable, even even according to its expounders, and is not a true doctrine. It is non-entity like the non-entity. Non-entity means asatvam. It is not a vastu. It is like the horn of bear. And Purupakshi Siddhanti is saying that afalam, Advaitam is afalam. It is not a result actually. He didn't give any big reasons here. Because he is saying Advaitam is afalam because Asvikarat Agnatam cha. Advaitam to afalam, Asvikarat Agnatam also. Shashashrungavat. We are saying what? Advaitam is afalam. Fal nahi hai. Kyun? Why? Because it is not there at all. So did you smell the flower in the sky? What smell is coming? No. So can it be phalam? Which the object which is not at all there in this whole creation, and such an object can you get and enjoy? No. So that's why the object which is not at all there, Advaitam, according to our stand, Advaitam is not at all there. Everything is different. Even we say Brahmavadis, we are becoming one. Still there are two only. There are two only. Brahman is there and Jivatma is merging, and it is having its own existence even there also. If rivers are going and merging in the ocean, the particles or water drops, whatever are there in the river, they are also there after merging also. So that's why Advaitam is eternal. Advaitam is one is impossible. No one. If something is not at all there, how can you say it is a result? So that's why we are not accepting Advaitam as a result, because it is not there. That's why Advaitam afalam. I will come, Prabhu. Ramcharan, wait. Advaitam afalam. That means it is not result. And also Agnatam cha. Afalam asvikarat. It is also unknown. It is also unknown because which is not there. Which is not there, how it will be known? What we said, Shastra is teaching, which is the subject is not at all there, which is unknown, sorry. The object which is not there at all in this whole universe, then it can be also unknown only. Na? So in that way, Advaitam is unknown. Why Advaitam is unknown? Because it is not there. Asatvat. Like Shashashrungaha, the horns of rabbit, they are unknown. So what is the criteria for anything to become a subject matter of scriptures? One is it should be unknown, and second is it should lead to the result. So rabbit horns, it is unknown because those are not there. Can you say rabbit horns are the subject matter of the scriptures? So see how our Siddhanti is so tactfully rejected. Understood?
Maybe 1 second. Shasha Shringavad Asatvat is one. Like, are these two different attributes?
Asatvat means is not existing. So for
Shasha
that you are giving
Shringavad is
example.
the horns of the hair. Okay.
Horns of a rabbit. समझ में आया? रामचंद्र प्रभु पूछिए.
Yeah, Prabhu. So yeah, like, so this is the same thing. Like when we are saying, when we are putting the objection, like Purpakshi, then we are saying something which is unknown. So unknown is a broad category. Something impossible also can be.
Impossible also unknown. That is the point we are saying.
So should we say like their objection is unknown, or something we can say something like beyond our senses, like say like transcendental is there, but it's not can be perceived by our senses, or like that
unknown means by the common sense.
Okay.
Unknown by common sense. Common sense means pratyaksha and anuman.
So but in that also, like when we giving that argument that something which is basically not conceived by like pratyaksh pramana anuman, so even knowing Lord, basically experiencing of the Lord, like when we're discussing that, we are saying that we are different from Lord, that we can see by our pratyaksh praman, like something like that we can understand. But without understanding Lord through Shastra, how we can really differentiate like what Lord is and what we are? So I was a little confused there, like when we are saying that by general we can understand that we are different from Lord.
Wait, Prabhu, your voice is a little low actually. मैं एक बार अपना लगा देंगे. हाँ बोलिए प्रभु.
So my point was, like when we are saying that by common experience we can see that we are different from Lord.
Okay.
So we were discussing that point. So I was little thinking like without common experience we cannot understand Lord. Lord is beyond our senses. So how do we basically say that we are different from Lord? We have no experience of Lord through our like pratyaksh pramana or anuman pramana. We are only understanding Lord through Shastra, right?
That means you are that means supporting the Purapakshi. In that way you are speaking, huh?
No. My point was like when we are putting this point from Purupakshi, that
Purapakshi putting this point, whatever you are saying. So Purapakshi is saying that Dvaitam is known and Advaitam is unknown. So that's why Advaitam only is the subject matter of the scriptures. Okay.
No, that's not my point. When Purupakshi is saying Dvaitam is known by common experience, my point is that how Dvaitam is known by common experience, because we really don't know the Lord, right? Like through our senses. So their argument, like how that is like valid basically from that perspective, because in order to know the Lord, we need Shastra, right? We from our present senses, we really cannot experience the Lord. We cannot see or we cannot really, because Lord is a dokshaja.
Prabhu, this pen is there. Yes, so this pen will not come by itself. Someone has to make. If pen is there, pen maker is needed. Like that, in the DVS we do generally. This speaker is there, speaker maker will be there. Like that, whatever object we see, there is definitely some person is there who design it and also who control it and who maintain it. So the whole universe is there, and the big universe and the earth planet is there. So many trees, these are all there, and nature is there. So this is, you are not creating, I am not creating, our friend is not creating, are not our country people. So that means some person is there and he is creating, he is the Lord. It is just understanding only. So by common sense, we can, through the Anumana Pramana, we can reach this. That means Lord definitely is there and he is the doing. And we are not able to do that.
Oh, okay. So in that sense, we are saying like something
Yeah,
unknown. We
yeah,
are saying something
Purvapakshi.
unknown.
Yeah. So Purvapakshi will establish Lord, some supreme is there, and that supreme is a cause for things. And we don't know. We know the difference between him and you, us, by just common sense. So that's why now what we should learn, the oneness. That is the important thing, like that Purvapakshi is saying. But we are saying that, acha. So we know the difference between the Jiva and Ishvara, but in what way? So what he is having, how much energy he is having, and what way we are inferior and what way he is superior. That exact differences, those we don't know. His body is Sachidananda Vigraha, and our body is material body. We don't have the Sachidananda Vigraha body like him, material body, and he is infinitely small. We have only this much independence, but he's having that much independence. And like that, many points. Those details we cannot come to know by the common sense. So that for that we need Shastra. So that's why we are saying, yes. Viruddha dharmavachinna pratiyogikataya loke tasya agnatatvat. That means in this world we are not know him, that he is having all contradictory qualities. How many is having, that also we don't know. So until unless Shastra never teaches, we cannot know. And how he is maintaining, how he is creating, all these things all we don't know. So that's why Dvaitam is only the subject matter of the scriptures, like that we are saying. And after that we are also saying that Advaitam is, now you have to answer their point also. They are saying Advaitam is unknown, so that's why it is subject matter. Now you have to refute that. We are saying that Advaitam is unknown because it is not existing. Then why we have to know about the object which is not existing? Advaitam is not going to lead any result because it is not existing. तो क्यों चाहिए भाई ऐसा वस्तु? To finish, opposite party is finished, opponent. बहुत कॉमेडी करते हैं लोग.
Prabhuji, what does afalam ashvikarad mean?
We didn't accept that.
Okay.
Afalam
Ashvikarad. Okay.
So Prabhu, this like here in this like a line it says while Advaita is something inconceivable, so what about like when we say Achintya Bheda?
Actually, English line is not proper, Prabhu, here. Here English line is not so proper. Arises the necessity of teaching Dvaita, while Advaita is something inconceivable even according to its expounders. So it is not a true doctrine. It's not clearly explained. It is
because if inconceivable point is there, then we also say that Achintya Veda Vedasa, like simultaneous.
That inconceivable word is not at all there in Sanskrit here.
Yeah.
So that's why I explained this. English lines are not so clear here. Asatvat, this is the main point. Since it is not existing, Sattvam means existing. So existing with the object which is existing in the three kalas. That means which is existing in the past, which is existing present, which is existing in the future. Then that object only is known as is object. that one only is known as object or the vastu, or otherwise existing. Existing means it should be in the past, present, and future. We want that kind of object. Not that which is not there, it is produced now, and after some time it is there and it is finished. We don't want that object also. Shashashranga is even that also not. This is not at all created and not at all destroyed also. It is not there in the past, it is not there in the present, it will not be there in the future also. And such an object, why we want? That is anyway definitely Ajnatam. Okay, next. Your hand service, Prabhu. Namraj Prabhu. No?
No, Prabhu, I just finished the service, Prabhu.
Achha, next. Okay. Very slow we are going. Yanicha tad advaita bodhakani vakyani kvachit vikshante tani tanmatrayat vrittikatva tad vyapyatvadibhi shastra eva samagamayishyante. That means जाना जाता है. English में कैसा बोलना इसको? What he wrote? The Advaita is a state of no fruitions. The holders of this theory maintain that the soul is in release, is in absolute isolation. And since the Advaitins don't acknowledge the existence of consciousness in the state of moksha, the state is as good as non-existent. But he explains something actually. The Advaita is a state of no fruitions. The holders of this theory in release. Actually, Advaitam tu afalam asvikara, that he is explaining here. Anyway, that you understood already what I explained, so go with that. This theory maintains that the soul in release is in absolute isolation. And since Advaitins don't acknowledge the existence of consciousness, okay, leave it. That much English is not there. That much is not there actually in Sanskrit. Now, this one from here you see. Kvachit, that means those few texts of the Upanishads which apparently teach an Advaita doctrine have been construed by the author, Badarayana, himself in a Dvaita sense. What he is saying? But in the Shastra, we see sometimes Advaita Bodhaka Vakyani. Advaita Bodhaka Vakyani means those sentences are teaching about Advaita. So such a sentences also we see. Okay? Yanicha tad Advaita Bodhakani Vakyani. Yani means jo bhi Advait ko bodh karane wale vakya. क्वचित माने कहीं कहीं स्थानों पर वीक्षन्ते माने दिखाया जाता है, दिखाया गया, देखा जाता है. वीक्षन्ते, we can see, those can be seen, those can be seen. That means in some places of Upanishads, so we can see the statements which teaches about Advaita. So you have to answer that. Now you cannot say that all the statements of the Upanishads are teaching only Dvaita. Some statements are teaching Advaita also. Now we are justifying that. We are saying what? Tani tanmatrayatta vrittikatva tad vyapyatvadibhi shastra krutaiva samgamayishyante. 1 second. So we see sometimes which teaches about the Advaita. So what it means, it means that here what he wrote, Badarayana himself in a Dvaita sense. He explains the phrase that everything is Brahman in the sense that everything is under the control of Brahman and pervaded by him. This would be explained fully later on. The same view is taught by the author in the Sutra.
Abhijit, does that mean sutra means first adhyaya, first pada, 30th sutra, adhikarana?
First adhyaya, first adhikarana, 30th sutra. So what about this? Okay, that is over. So what about this point? That means some statements are teaching about Advaita in some Upanishad statements. So how to understand them? Then we are saying that those pravrit tanmatra yat vrittikatva tad vyapyatvadibihi. Vrittikatva vyapyatvadibihi means, see, Brahman is controlling everything. Brahman is, everything is Brahman. What is the meaning of this? Because in the sense that everything is under the control of Brahman and pervaded by him. Everything is under control of the Brahman and Brahman is pervading everywhere. So that's why you say everything is Brahman. Sarvam kalvida Brahma. Sarvam kalvidam Brahma, Upanishad is saying. It does, that means if everything, if let us take even in the common sense, if everything is controlled by one person and also he is expanding everywhere, then you can say that, so that person is that everything. Brahman is pervading everywhere and also it is controlling everything. Everything is under its control, under the Brahman control. So in that sense, we are seeing the one. Okay, it's clear. So that means difference is there, definitely, but oneness is said means, since Brahman is all pervasive, he is entering in everywhere, in my body also, everywhere also. So that's why everything is Brahman, you are saying, and you are showing the so non-difference, because everything is his Shakti only. So it is non-different from him. That means it is controlled by him. He is a controller and everything is controlled. So that's why this is seen as by him only. Someone is riding rickshaw. So a rickshaw, we say. So you are not seeing the difference between the rickshaw and rickshawala. Yes or no? Because he is riding also. And he is owner of that. He is everything of that. That's why you say he's a rickshaw. A rickshaw. How? You say like this. In that sense, we are not seeing the difference between the rickshawala and rickshaw. Since he is the master of, he is the driver of that, and he is the owner of that, and he is everything of that. So in that way, Brahman is also non-different from the everything, because it is a controller and it is pervading everywhere. All pervasive. Is pervading everywhere. Okay. Shastra drishtya tu upadesho vamadeva iti uparishtat. In 1:30 also we learn this thing. Whatever this point, that means since Brahman is all pervasive and controller of everything, so that's why everything is said as Brahman. This point you will be discussing in once again 1:30. 1:30. Okay. Next, from here onwards, now the objection is coming. Now Vishaya. Till now what we learned? Okay. So the fighting between the Dvaitins and Advaitins. And we established Advaita is the subject matter of the scriptures. Okay, tomorrow we'll see.
Prabhuji, we established Dvaita is the subject matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
No? Advaita or Dvaita?
Prabhuji, Dvaita, right? We established Dvaita.
Yes, yes. बापरे नाक कटवा देंगे आप लोग.
Actually, our master is so expert. He makes the students believe Advaita is the conclusion and cuts our nose to be not so captivated by that and establishes Dvaita. That's how is our master.
माताजी started believing Advaita, then मुझे इस कान से भगा देंगे. Yes, Ramchandra.
Yeah, I have a general question. Like, so our in our sampradaya, Brahma, Madhva, Gauda sampradaya, we are more aligned with the Madhvacharya, like which is Dvaita, right?
Yes, yes.
So if we see that four sampradayas, like the Nimbarka sampradaya or Kumara sampradaya, where it says Dvaita Vad, doesn't like Achintya Veda Tattva is more aligned with that philosophy rather than just Dvaita Vad?
Yeah, Prabhu, that is true. So Swabhavika Veda Suddha Dvaita. So Veda no, Swabhavik, sorry, Dvaita Advaita no. That's Nimbarka's philosophy is Swabhavik Veda and Vallabhacharya's, their philosophy is Shuddha Advaita. Shuddha Advaita. And Ramanuja's Vishishta Advaita. Madhva's Dvaita. Dvaitam. And Shankaracharya's Kevala Advaitam. Kevala Advaitam. Advaitam or Kevala Advaitam. But here it looks very different, similar actually. Vallabhacharya's is Suddha Advaitam, there is Kevala Advaitam. But all these sampradayas, they accept the difference. All four sampradayas accept the Shankaracharya, all accept the Veda, but Madhvas are too extreme of accepting the Veda. And we are accepting Veda and Abheda also. So that is subtle differences are there.
But we are in like our line got diverted from Madhvacharya, but like we were basically
Philosophy actually Diksha happened in that line, but philosophy is not taken much. Only few points only took.
Okay.
So that's why they say that these Gaudiyas are not our followers. Unnecessarily they are keeping our tag. ऐसा बोलते हैं.
Okay.
Sorry, but just a question. You're saying Swabhavika, Bheda, and Dvaita different? It's not the same?
No, Dvaita Advaita is not a philosophy actually. It's not there. So Swabhavika Bheda, that is a philosophy of the Nimbarkas. They call as Swabhavika Bheda. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow definitely. Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeta pattanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta kodi Vaishnava bhakta ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanand.